Hey everyone, how's it going? Yeah, another monthly update. February has been a crazy month. It has been insane. So much money has been made, and I want to cover it in this video and just give you an overview of where we are. This is what I want to cover today. You know, the market's pumping. What does it mean? Is it going to be a top soon? Are we going to new all-time highs? You know, like, where are we in the market cycle? What's happening? Blah, blah, blah. What can we expect next? All that sort of shit. I want to cover all the profits that we've been making on the coins that I've mentioned on the last video. Now, I wasn't able to get you guys, a lot of the people in this video is sent to multiple different groups, but I wasn't able to get everyone great entries into Thank You Base God or When. It was just really tricky. Things were moving really quickly. A couple groups I did get into When, but I just couldn't post it everywhere. But yeah, these coins have done really, really well for those who bought them. Congratulations. Let's look first at Thank You Base God. Let's move my big head out of the way. We bought it down here February 2nd. That's when I put the video out, or that's when I bought it. I put 8k in, and it's now at a 20x. So I have 20x my money. I put in 8k. I'm sitting on about 170, 160k US at the moment. And then also When was another one that I told you guys to look into. I couldn't quite get you an entry. Sorry, it was just so fucking busy with everything. It was down here that I made the video. It's now up 3x. Okay, so we've been doing really well. We've been smashing it. That's just a little update on those coins. Now, the market is pumping. You can see Bitcoin has just gone straight up into, the past month. It's just gone straight up into the all-time high region. You can see that every other time we have done this, price went vertical once we went to new highs. You can see that, we had a little bit of a consolidation and then price went vertical. Bit of a consolidation, then price went vertical. So we're entering, in my opinion, a new phase of the market. And I want to cover what I mean by that in a second. So everything is going crazy. We're near new all-time highs. Let's talk a little bit about what's driving this. Why is the market pumping? What is happening? The Bitcoin ETF went live, and we've just had a lot of adoption. So you can see here that the cumulative flow, I'm pretty sure this is of Bitcoins, but whatever this is showing exactly, it's showing you that basically they've, in the past 3 days, brought in $1.7 billion of investor capital that they have to put in to buy Bitcoin, right? So $1.7 billion bought an ETF, and to back this ETF with real Bitcoin, they have to go and buy 1.7 billion of Bitcoin within 24 hours of the buy order for the ETF being placed. So if $1 billion in a day buys Bitcoin on the ETF, they have to buy $1 billion of Bitcoin that day from the market. And you can see here that the ETF flows have been going only up. And you can see in this photo here, I can't zoom in anymore actually. Let me expand this out a little bit. You can see in here that this first photo, it shows you the Bitcoin ETFs in dollars, the flows. So obviously when it's above the middle line, it means there's been inflows, and below is outflows. So you can see here that there's just been enormous inflows the past, whatever this is, 1 to 2 weeks. And it has been mostly going into, I think you'd see that's BlackRock. Yeah, BlackRock has been leading it. Obviously that was the one that we expected to be the main player, being the largest financial institution, or at least investment-related institution in the world. You can see here the ETF flows again. You can see that we've just had a crazy few days. 500 million is this line here. So you can see that we've had over $500 million come into buying Bitcoin each day. So every day they have to buy $500 million of Bitcoin at whatever price it's at, right? And that is what is driving this bull market right now. It's just massive adoption from the ETF world. And you can see here that we've had a total of almost $8 billion of inflows. We've had 4% of the supply of Bitcoin be bought up within, 1-2 months from these ETF issuers, right? They've bought 4% of all the Bitcoins. Holy fuck. Okay? You need to understand, that is absolutely absurd. It's been 1 or 2 months. How much are they going to own in, 1 to 3 years from now? If this continues, you can see it's crazy. And, I've been predicting this. I said to everyone, guys, the price going up is going to lead to more inflows, not less, meaning that Like, if prices are going to go up, they're going to go up fast because most people in the world want to buy things after they've gone up. For example, my crypto businesses, my mastermind, I have had the biggest inflow by over 300% into the mastermind that I've ever experienced. Because not only is everyone making money and they're telling their friends, but more so, it's the fact that everyone in the market is realizing, holy fuck, I need to get into crypto. Where do I go? Right? And it's not just like people coming to me, it's people going to these ETFs, right? Imagine all the normies getting FOMO going, how do I get exposure to Bitcoin? And they have to go to these ETFs like BlackRock that they already have accounts with, right? They already have accounts with BlackRock and any of these other ETF issuers, most of them, and they have to buy from them. And the higher the price goes, the more they want to buy. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing record inflows when price is at its highest level in years. Well, not even years, in 1 or 2 years, right? So you can see here that this can be a sustainable inflow, given that the price going up is not making people want to buy less. It's making them want to buy more. Now, we've got one more photo here. Just to really nail this point home, you can see the inflow has been massive. The third highest day since launch was posted a few days ago. They had the third highest day of inflows since launch, 600 million net inflows, a total of 6.6 billion. So it's about 8 billion now has been bought. ETFs have 24 hours to buy the spot Bitcoin from these cash inflows. You can see it's just absolutely ridiculous. So what does that mean? What does that mean for price? Are we going to go to new all-time highs? Is the top in soon? My taxi driver had crypto on his phone. What does that mean? Well, what I think we're going to be doing is entering a new phase of the market cycle. So a concept you want to understand, which I briefly explained at the start, was that when we get to new all-time highs or near all-time highs, price goes parabolic, right? Price just begins a crazy bull run. Now, there's a number of reasons why this happens, so let's explain what's going on. When Bitcoin comes within about 20% of its all-time high, roughly, a positive flywheel kicks into place. So basically, when Bitcoin is near an all-time high, it means that everyone who bought Bitcoin at any price in the past is currently, if they still hold it, in a profit, or at least near a profit, right? And so what that means is that if everyone's making money, they're going to tell their friends, because what's the first thing normies do when they make money from something? Well, they tell their friends, bro, my Bitcoin's up. I made a bunch of money. Bitcoin's not dead anymore. Haha, you said it was dead. It's not dead anymore. The ETFs have come out, blah, blah, blah. They start telling their friends. And what is the greatest way that you can motivate a friend to do something? Well, let me put that differently. What's the greatest way that someone can get motivated in life? It's a close friend of theirs who they thought was at their level, who is no longer at their level, right? When your friend who you thought was an idiot builds that $1 million business and you're broke in university, that creates within you a jealousy, an envy that is just unrivaled, and it makes you want to figure out, what did this guy do? I need to figure it out. And that happens in crypto every single market cycle. All these weirdos start making money, the ones that you wrote off and just assume they'd never make it in life. They're suddenly printing in crypto and they're rubbing it in your face on social media. You want to get a piece of the pie. You want to get a piece of the action. And so then you get into crypto late, right? And that's what kicks off this positive flywheel. People in crypto get rich. They tell their friends. The friends start to buy in. They put the price up higher. And then because the price is going even higher, more friends find out. They buy. More people buy. The price goes higher. They tell their friends. And it's like this cycle that kicks off. And you can see the cycle play out here, right? We get near the highs and then price just goes faster, right? Obviously, it was going up here, but it's a faster uptrend. Faster uptrend, right? You can see here, faster uptrend. We're getting into this different part of the market cycle, okay? A different phase of the market cycle. So crypto is no longer dead. Normies are seeing this all over their news like media outlets, right? All the news headlines are going to be Bitcoin, ETFs, BlackRock, all around the world. 100 million people are going to be hearing about the marketing campaign of ETFs, of Bitcoin. And this time, it's not skepticism, it's support. It's not the news. It's not some weirdo getting on TV saying why Bitcoin's going to change the world. It's Larry Fink, the CEO of the company which you store most of your wealth with, who you trust, telling you that you should be buying it. Very, very different this bull run than the last one. Okay, people actually respect Bitcoin now. and they all want to buy it. You can see that through the inflows. So some people begin to buy in, and like I said, it kicks off that positive feedback loop. So what are the, I talk about how we're entering a new phase. What does this phase look like? Well, here's some sort of notes that I've learnt from what the past cycle looked like when we entered this phase. So firstly, this is probably the one that you've already felt. Price goes higher, faster, and it goes faster. Sorry, it goes higher faster than you think. Well, I probably put that wrong. But basically, price will go higher faster than you think and expect it to. You'll get caught off guard, and that's what you guys have already experienced. You're surprised. Honestly, I'm surprised price went up this high. But I'm positioned, so I'm okay to be surprised. I'm okay with that. But a lot of people are not positioned, and they're not okay that price is going higher, faster than expected. Now, the second thing you're going to recognize is that resistance levels are not going to get respected. So where you once thought price would stop, it probably won't. It will probably keep blasting through. So, just be careful doing any shorts in this environment. I would recommend not doing any shorting, taking profit minimally, just hold your positions. Number 3, friends and family start messaging you. So you're going to start to see some messages, this is okay. And I'm going to tell you why this is okay later. Price does violent decline. So when price goes up fast a lot, it leaves space where price didn't really trade much. And what you tend to get is a lot of volatility where it just dumps back into this sort of gap, right? If price goes up like this, it leaves a gap. If price goes up like this, there's no gap because there's support levels, right? Here, there's no support, so price can easily just dump through without much orders, right? So it's like a gap. It's like a hollow vacuum that gets filled. And that's what happens in bull runs. Price will go up really fast, and then because it's going up so fast, it's got no support, it'll crash back down, but then it will build support, and then it will continue up again. So you need to remember that the volatility is going to increase. There's going to be flash crashes. It doesn't just go only up. You will be able to get some sort of an entry if you have the correct system, which you do. You have the Hunter algorithms. They will get you an entry, okay? And also, price liquidates basically overzealous long traders. So in bull runs, there's a lot of people trying to 10x long, put a bunch of leverage on to capture this, pump. And price often liquidates these people before it moves up. So that's something else to keep an eye out for. Another thing that happens is because the investors are getting dumber and dumber, right? If you entered the market late, you're just technically dumb, right? Or I guess not even dumb, you're just more inexperienced. And, the later in the cycle we get, the dumber the coins that pump get, because the people entering don't know what they're buying. They will buy anything. They're not smart people. They don't know how crypto works. So you need to remember that your investments later into the bull market need to get stupider as well. You need to adapt and become dumber to be able to understand what's going to make you money. For example, most of my portfolio is in memes, right? Most of my risk portfolio is in memes. Are memes just total scams that shouldn't be worth anything? Yes. Does that matter? No, I'm trying to make the most money possible. I understand that memes have a place. This is the cycle, the part of the cycle for memes. And again, another point, volatility massively increases, like I said. So it's actually going to test your conviction a lot. So you need to be iron-handed, iron-fisted. You need to understand the concept of hodl. Like, hodl is actually important here, right? At the end of the bull run, you don't hodl. But at this part of the bull run, I believe that you need to implement the hodl mentality, okay? Because obviously prices are high, you could take profit here, but you're going to get tested. There's a lot of volatility. Once we hit new all-time highs, that's when this crazy positive feedback loop really kicks in. This is still early in the cycle, okay? Again, people start calling tops. Like I sort of just said, like you're going to have people tell you, oh, it's crashing, it's the top here. I don't think so. I don't think we top this close to all-time highs when we have so much interest from the ETF land. We're so close to new all-time highs, and that feedback loop kicks in the gear once we break those highs. So I just don't think it's a top here. I think I don't know when we get to new highs, but when we do, it's going to go crazy, okay? So this guy also talked about the stage of the cycle that we're in. Let me go through it. He thinks this guy's pretty smart. He's a good investor. He says we're in the 5th inning of the 9 innings, so it's a baseball analogy. This stage is marked by frequently overextended market with elevated funding rates. This tension between general bullish conditions and overextended market structure tends to create more realized volatility. So what he's saying there is, like I said here, overzealous long traders. So a lot of people trying to put leverage on, the price has to go down to liquidate them before it goes up. So there's this battle between all these people who want to buy and then all these traders who need to get liquidated, okay? We've historically gotten 30% retracements on Bitcoin, 50% on alts, so there's always dips. Remember, if you want to buy, wait for a dip. It's very hard to know where the sell-offs come from, so you just have to just understand they're going to come and be ready for them. And yeah, he just sort of goes on about other stuff. But yeah, that's sort of a little bit of a context of what this stage of the cycle looks like. Okay, so let's look at the Wall Street cheat sheet. This thing is not completely accurate, but if I was to give you an idea of where we are, we're somewhere between belief and thrill. Okay, the market, we've gone through optimism. Hope has definitely passed. We're somewhere around here. Okay, somewhere in this region. This part here could take a lot longer than what it looks like. It could be all of 2024. I don't know. But at least from a sentiment perspective, it feels like around here, okay? Now, I did a little analogy I don't know if I posted it in any of the rooms that you'll see this video in, but in my free Telegram, I posted this photo. And I made this photo, and it's to explain to you how market cycles work. So to explain it to you, the green people are the OGs and the institutions. These are the first people to get rich in the bull run because they stuck around in the bear market, they bought low, they're smart, they know crypto's the future, blah, blah, they made money. Okay, so when the market gets up, let's say this is the all-time high, and this is the all-time low, when the price gets to around here, right, like 70% up, let's say this is the price, when it gets to about here, right, the OGs have actually made a bunch of money. And so they start to tell their friends, right? The OGs start to tell their smart friends, right? If you know someone who's an institution, if you know a crypto OG, you're probably a smart friend because you know the nerds. So the smart friends get told that crypto's back, you should be buying in, and they start buying in. And then we get, price continues to go higher. We're near the all-time highs. We break the all-time high, and then we go up. Once we break the all-time high, that's when we start to get dumb retail entering because then the orange people, the smart retail, have made money, right? Green people, they bought here at the bottom, and the price goes up and they've made money. Yellow people get in here, and as the price gets up here, they've made money. And then the red people get in, and they're all getting in this, they get in here, 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 this whole part, right? If I was to draw it on this chart here, let me draw it here, it's probably better, right? Institutions, OGs buy here, and when it gets to here, they tell their friends. The friends buy here, the orange people, and when it gets to here, they tell the red people, okay, once we break all-time highs. And then the red people are basically just like buying in all up in this region, okay? So we are in the yellow phase. We are halfway through the bull run, in my opinion, okay? The OGs have made money. The orange people are starting to make money. And you can see this, right? The people that are trying to join my groups, because I told you that I've got a lot of people trying to join right now, the people who are joining are not OGs, but they're not dumb retail. Okay, they're not the total idiots. They're actually like pretty smart. These are smart people. Okay, they're just late to the bull run. They usually run businesses and they just weren't paying attention, or they were in the last bull run and they lost money and they realized that they need to get back in. But it's not like the first time investor dumb retail that you see at the end of the bull run. So that tells me where we are in the market cycle. Okay, and like I said, there's 3 stages, right? Green gets rich, orange gets rich, red gets rich. But when red make money, that's when you need to start getting out. Once these guys start coming in and making money, you need to start taking profits, okay? Because shit's about to get crazy. So that's basically my overview of everything. I think that's pretty much it. The key takeaway is that we are still early-ish in the bull run. I don't think it tops here. I think the top will be once we have gone past all-time highs and we've had that crazy positive feedback loop kick in and we have the red people come in and we have a sentiment that is a more of a reflection of what I would call euphoria than just excitement from the OGs. The meme coins have been printing. Hope you guys have been holding. For example, Toshi's at a $70 million market cap. This one's looking good. They just had a big release come out. They announced that they're going to launch they're going to create a launch pad for new projects. So this is very bullish in my opinion. I won't cover this in this video, but if you want to look into it, they got a new. Is this the website? I'm not sure. ToshiTheCat.com. Let's have a look. Looks like it. If you go to What do we got? Launchpad. You can see that they're going to be launching a Launchpad. I think this is one of the most bullish things they've done, in my opinion. So I'm very happy for, very bullish for Toshi's price from here. Just hold your positions. Nothing you really need to do. If you want to buy, wait for a flash crash when the Hunter Algo sends a buy signal, and then you can just basically add any more exposure that you would like on those signals. You would want to action them quickly because dips tend to be pretty fast in a bull run. Okay, once it crashes, it tends to mean revert. So you want to be allocating reasonably quickly after you get a buy signal. And just keep an eye on the inflows. I expect these to continue to be high. And any questions, as always, you can ask me in the chat. Let's hope we have a great March. Talk to you all soon. Cheers.